Hi, I'm Nate, and I'll be doing a review of a Cascadia Vehicle Tent Summit Series rooftop tent for the 4x4 podcast today. So, the CVT ordering process, it was pretty simple. I just called up. I actually pre ordered this tent before they had it available for purchase. I actually ordered it in January, and it was sort of an unknown delivery date. As far as I was concerned, I was walking into something that I was aware there was no anticipated delivery date as of yet. They kind of had some idea, but with some manufacturing issues, it got delayed. I wasn't surprised. It is what I signed up for, and I am one of the first people to get a Summit Series tent. So I would have to say dealing with them was pretty cool. They are like family. I never felt like I was out of the loop. I never felt like I wasn't sure what was going on. They were always informative. Usually phone calls. I would email them and they would call me back, which is super nice. It's not something you find these days. It's usually email, email, email. But when it finally did get it, I immediately got shipping notification. You know, all that exciting stuff. Actually, the next day, UPS called me and gave me a 3-hour delivery time window, which was amazing. I have ordered things from the West Coast before, and I would say the LTL carriers they used were less than desirable. UPS, as always, was very professional and did an amazing job. The pictures you're looking at are just the email confirmation and the picture that comes on the box. So this is how the tent comes out of the box. It's pretty straightforward. The blue on it is just a protective layer for the diamond plates. It is comprised of a honeycomb aluminum diamond plate shell or board from the aeronautic industry. So it is very strong and very light, very impressive. You got to open it up on the ground to get all the stuff out of the inside. Inside, you'll find the ladder, the mounting hardware, the rain cover, all the spring rods that hold the awnings open, and the hardware pack, which I was super impressed actually came with all of the tools required. Ratcheting box wrenches made things a lot easier. I didn't even have to open my tool bag once. So here's the first opening of the tent. It opens just like any other rooftop tent. They have a new upgraded ladder, telescoping, which is I just had some trouble because I've never used a telescoping ladder before. Once I figured it out, it's actually not that big a deal. It clearly opens up perfectly fine. So here's my first setup without the vestibule. Just kind of looking it over, making sure that everything's good. There's nothing broken. The tailoring on it is impeccable. I do upholstery repairs for work, and really high-end sofas aren't sewn as well as this is, so I was really taken aback by how well it was made. I honestly don't have any other tents to compare it to. The only rooftop tent I've ever seen in person is a JK Habitat, and I know the fabric on that is a lot thinner. It's more like a backpacking fabric from what I remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. But this fabric is super thick. The only thing I can compare it to is like the floor of my Tencel tree hammock tent. It's super strong. It feels like it's going to be a great all year hammock. Definitely not going to be bothered by snow or moisture. There's a quick video look around. Just first impressions. These are the shoe holders. It's a great little add-on. There's me. The spring rods that hold the windows up. This is my problem here. My Rhino rack is in the way to install all of them, but I have a quick and easy bracket I'm going to make for that. So the inside of the Summit Series comes with a really comfortable memory foam mattress. Underneath the mattress is a condensation mat to really keep any mold or mildew from building up. The Summit Series does have a light, which is really cool. So you don't have to worry about buying a light on Amazon or whatever. It also has two USB ports built into the light, so you could charge electronics or whatever, cameras. The lights are just powered by an extension cord that goes out the hinge flap and through your window into your cigarette lighter. It's dead easy, no big deal. My only problem is the Tacoma doesn't have power to the cigarette lighter unless the key's in the ignition, so that's just something I gotta work on my truck. So, this is the final, ultimate stage of the Summit Series with over the attached room. The room is way easier to install than I thought it was going to be. I was really intimidated by the size of the weight of it, and it comes in a tote bag with a handle. The UPS box said it was 38 pounds shipping weight. I really didn't see any practical use for it once I realized how big it was. But after installing it, it's really not as hard to install as I thought. And I definitely would see myself using it way more than I initially thought about. So I would definitely am impressed with that. So all of the accessories that come with the Summit Series, CVT really went out of their way to make sure that they were all packaged individually. So the tent stakes for the awning or the vestibule room came in a little tote bag with a handle. The stakes for the actual rooftop tent, for the guy wires to hold the awning side out, came in their own tote with handles. The like I said, the vestibule and the cart and the rubber floor come in their own tote bag with a handle. So really everything's packaged really well, and there's no need to go and look for any sort of storage solution for all the things. All the accessories do fit into one tote bag with a handle. So if you're going to go on, I would say if you're just going to do an overnight in the woods and you're not going to need the guest room, you just leave the tote bag at home. If you're going to go for a couple days and you're going to need the room, throw the bag in the truck and you're good to go. So, in summary of my sort of initial inspection review of the Summit Series tent, I'm impressed. I'm very happy with my purchase. Rooftop tents are not cheap investments, and when you're talking about an upgraded or premium rooftop tent like the Summit Series, I feel like I definitely got my money's worth. I don't feel like that the extra money was for just the green. The fabric is impressively thick. The 3-inch memory foam mattress that's super comfortable. Anti-condensation mat under that to prevent mold and mildew. Lights, power ports. I definitely am happy with the purchase. So, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I'll definitely be doing an update to this review after I've gotten some use out of the tent, probably midsummer. And always, thank you for listening to the 4x4 podcast.